I heard he never wanted to talk to anybody, so I never really got in touch with him. So years go by, and my 2005, I go down to my first volunteers was to go down to Katrina hit. So I went down there with another fireman, and that story is unbelievable. And this guy, we go down to the Red Cross, and we all get certified in like what would take 2 weeks for anybody else. We get certified in 8 hours, just to get us out of the street down there. So all of a sudden, I'm sitting down at a table with 30 other firemen down on Amsterdam Avenue, and they're going through the class. And the woman says, "I need 2 firemen to leave to go to Houston to feed people out of an emergency response." So she goes, "I need 2 people at the end of the class." So I'm sitting there with one of the other brothers, this guy Tommy Murray, and I'm talking to him, and he goes, "Chris, I can't go down right away for 2 weeks." I said, "Yeah, I can't either. I got my kids. I got to get them out to school and everything." At the end of the table comes this Irish guy. He's got gold rings. He's got like 500. He's got a Mr. T starting kit. He's got $500 glass frames, and he comes down. He's got a crew cut, red hair, and he goes, "I'm gonna go." And the woman says, "Okay." She goes, "But I need 2 people." He says, "I'm taking him with me." Well, me and Tommy are sitting one another. I go, "Tommy, you know that guy?" He goes, "Chris, I never seen him before in my life." I said, "Tommy, he's pointing at you." He goes, "Not pointing at me. He's looking at you." So I go, "Brother, who are you talking about?" "Me and him." He goes, "You?" I go, "Me?" He goes, "Yeah, me and you are going to go down there. We'll be back in a week." I go, "Wait a minute. She said 2 weeks. We can't leave like that. We got to go 2 weeks. Don't worry about it. My wife's got to get an operation. I got to be back in a week." He goes in the back. I'm going, "Wait a minute. I'm trying to tell, wait a minute." All of a sudden, he goes in the back. The woman comes out. "Chris Edwards and John Seiler are leaving Monday to go to..." I go, "Wait a minute." Meanwhile, all the 30 brothers all get up going, "Yay, Chris." And now what do I say? Now I'm going. Well, this trip is what I'm writing.
Grab it, and then he wrote it down.
We get down there, we do the whole thing down at the Red Cross. He goes up, and he goes over to talk. I go home and tell my family. Meanwhile, I was just diagnosed with congestive heart disease, pulmonary fibrosis in the eyes, all the other stuff, but it didn't stop. I wanted to get back. So now I go all the way over there and tell the family's going crazy, you know. Then all of a sudden you hear shootings down in New Orleans and everything, all this crazy stuff. So I get down to the Red Cross. They got Kelly, the commissioner, the police commissioner. They got the fire department commissioner, Mayor Bloomberg. They got all the press and everything wishing me and this guy a safe journey. I never met him before in my life. We get in the rig together. I'm just going to give you this little thing. We get in the rig together. I go, "Johnny, where are you from?" He goes, "Oh, I go, where'd you work?" He goes, "I worked in Brooklyn." I said, "Really?" I go, "Where about in Brooklyn?" He tells me. So he goes to me, where did you work?" I said, "I worked up in, 81 and 46 and 42 engine." So he goes, "I had a friend of mine that worked up in 46 truck." I said, "So what's his name?" He goes, "Dave Weiss." I go, "Dave Weiss." "Dave Weiss." I said, I knew a Dave Weiss, but he wasn't from Brooklyn. This guy was from upstate. He goes, No, Dave Weiss. He's from Brooklyn. And he moved and he transferred up to the Bronx." I don't know. I got the same guy. He goes, "Chris, how many Jewish guys you know with a mohawk and a snake tattoo down around his shoulder?" And it was Iowa. Dave was killed in 9/11.
Point is to talk.
So that's a connection you have. Then we'll start talking about where we're born. He goes, "Where did you live?"
Chris,
I said,
which one are not? This is Canary's book. How many books does that?